Welcome back to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates. Today we have a great opportunity to share with you upcoming event right here in the St. Louis area with a wonderful organization we've talked about before, International Student Ministry. Joining me today, Sharon Riordan, Director for International Student Ministry, St. Louis. Sharon, thanks so much for being my guest on the Coffee Hour.
Thank you, Andy. I'm happy to be here.
What is the work of International Student Ministry, St. Louis?
Well, International Student Ministry, also known as ISM, partners with area Christian volunteers, usually and we show God's love and we share the good news of Jesus with international students and their families who are attending local colleges here in the area.
Do you have stories to share with us of students that have been connected to International Student Ministry and how ISM has made a difference for them?
I sure do. One incredible story is from a friend of ours, Jin, a young woman. And when she was here, she came to ISM events and, was treated with kindness and came to our furniture giveaway and different events that we had. And not just my husband and I, but other ISM volunteers became close to her. And her parents were worried. They didn't understand who this group of new friends were that Jen had, and she said, "Don't worry, Mom, they're Christian." And that stuck with her mom, but Jen said later she realized that her parents had never even met any Christians. A few years after Jen graduated, she was working in the United States, and she gave me a call, and she had told me that her dad in China had passed away, and that she was going to go home. And she called me from China when she was there, and she said that she expected her mom to be totally distraught. And she said her mom was actually upbeat, and she asked her why, and it turned out that her mom had become a Christian. And when Eugene's father became sick in China, her mom had a coworker, and that coworker was Christian, but kind of hadn't been open about it. But when Jin's mom became sick, she shared Christ and said she felt comfortable doing it because she knew that her daughter in the United States knew what Christians were. So it's very interesting. So her mom received a positive image of Christianity from her daughter in the United States who wasn't even Christian. And that opened her mom and dad way back in China up to the idea of Christianity and becoming Christian themselves.
That's an amazing story and a beautiful story. It
really is, and it shows the globalness to what ISM does here, right in St. Louis. So we're ministering to her daughter in St. Louis. She's telling her that Christians are great, and it opens her mom and her dad up to, again, to the idea of Christianity. And now Eugene's mom and dad are going to be in heaven together. So now Jen has her Christian witnesses here in the States, and also her mom back in China telling her about Jesus.
Thanks be to God. International Student Ministry here in St. Louis does a number of things, and you shared some of those with us earlier. You mentioned the furniture giveaway, that the furniture drive and the furniture giveaway at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the school year each year, and that's just been, I know it's been a tremendous event to reach out to students. I know our congregation has participated in that, and that's just one of the many ways that ISM reaches students here in the St. Louis area. How have the students and universities been impacted by the many changes that have come about because of the pandemic this year?
Yeah, so we didn't have the furniture giveaway just because we knew that the logistics of that are you're just going into different homes all day long and delivering furniture, and the students don't know the volunteers don't know the students. So that was something we couldn't do. And so we're finding other ways, but it is sad because we used to have 300 students brand new to the United States come to that every year, and then we would have their names and their contact information, so if we were holding an event, we could publicize it to them. So this year we're not having any of those big events. We're really not allowed to. And the university has discouraged their students from going to any gathering that has more than 10 people usually. So we're being creative. We are having an outdoor event. We noticed that we used to have every Thursday night at Maryville University, we used to have a dinner where probably 50 international students came to that, and we can't do that this year. So the students many of them are living off campus. They have to live off campus, and we know what apartment complexes they live in and things, and so we've started delivering meals to them on Thursday, and we get to talk to them and know them that way, and of course we're careful, and they're masked and we're masked, and but that's a way we've been able to maintain a connection. We've noticed that these students who are living off campus for the first time don't have a lot in their refrigerator or in their pantry, so we're having kind of a trunk or treat pantry shower for the students, and they can come and just shop for free in our trunk. So we have 6 area churches that are participating in collecting groceries for us, and we're going to do that on the 26th of September. So these are just new ways that we're trying to, and of course it's going to be outdoors. So just again, being innovative and thinking, okay, how can we still make these contacts with the students? So friends and families too, that can be done virtually so easily. And then also, when an American family is making a connection with an international student, it's not a big crowd, so they can probably still get together and go and do things should they both desire to do that, or they can just keep their friendship going virtually. So anybody out there has ideas for us, we're open.
Tell us about, you have an upcoming event in the near future. This is coming up in October, a drive-in event. Tell us about that.
Every year we have a benefit for ISM, so we can keep this ministry going, usually in the spring. And last spring, of course, we had to cancel the event because of COVID concerns. And so what we're doing is we're kind of rescheduling. It's not going to be a dinner, but outside in the parking lot of Village Lutheran in Ladue, we're going to hold an event where we have a great speaker. He's a PhD student at Concordia Seminary from Kenya, and he's going to come and share how his little village in Kenya, they weren't Christian, but his grandmother went to something, became Christian, and brought the faith back to the entire village. And then the village got together and raised funds to send him to Concordia Seminary to further his studies. So it's just an incredible story. We also hope to hear from a student who's been impacted from ISM, and then I'll kind of give an update as to what's going on at ISM this year, and that will be the afternoon, so probably an hour and 20 minutes. Come, and hopefully it'll be a beautiful afternoon. We can just sit by your cars, bring lawn chairs, and hear a great speaker, and we can kind of have fellowship while still obeying all of the social distancing rules.
So it's an outdoor event with an opportunity to learn more about International Student Ministry St. Louis, and to hear from a student, an international student at Concordia Seminary, and the great story of the gospel at work in his village back home in Kenya. Outstanding.
Yes. Should be so much fun. And there have been times, because we're all not getting together as we used to, then we get together and just see each other, even though we're socially distanced from one another. Just that fellowship is still there, and it's just wonderful to be in a group of other Christians who basically have the same heart of sharing Jesus that we do.
Tell us, what do we need to know in order to attend this event?
So if you'd like to come, we'd like to know how many people to prepare for. So if you could, first of all, RSVP to International Student Ministry. And if it's okay, I'll give our phone number.
Sure.
It's 314-452-6406. So if you'd like to call, you can just phone and let us know you're coming. And you could email us, and it's at St. Louis. So ismstlouis@gmail.com. And again, it's pretty centrally located, the event is. It's in Ladue, so you can quickly, if you're on Highway 40, get off of Highway 40 onto Limburg, or the church itself is on Clayton Road, and it's 9237 Clayton Road in Ladue. So it's Village Lutheran, and they're so gracious to let us use their parking lot to get together. We do have a rain date set for the next Saturday. Should rain come, we hope it doesn't. But hopefully it'll be just like a beautiful day like today, where we can just sit out and enjoy sharing Jesus with one another.
And I don't know, have we shared the date? This is coming up in October, and this is scheduled for?
Thanks, Andy, for reminding me of that. It's October 10th at 4 o'clock. And if it rains, it's October 17th at 4 o'clock.
All right. And I don't have a calendar in front of me at the moment. The 10th, what day of the week is that?
Hopefully that's a Saturday if I have it right. My husband said every day feels like Groundhog Day, with the pandemic going on. So, no, it is a Saturday.
Very good. So Saturday, October 10th. And what was the time again?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. And an RSVP in advance would help you. If we RSVP in advance, it'll help you prepare and to give you a call. What's the phone number again?
314-452-6406.
Very good.
And if you forget to RSVP, or if your plans change and you just want to come on that day, please just come.
Very good. Well, how would my participation in this event help ISM and the international students here in the St. Louis area?
I think so. We have about 8,000 international students that come here to study every fall, or every academic year, I should say, and about 3,000 family members come with them. So that's a huge opportunity to share Christ. And many of the students that come, especially if they're coming from China, haven't even heard the name of Jesus before. So it's totally new to them. It's good to come and hear the work of ISM and how we do what we do. We are kind and loving to the sojourner in our land. And with that, and as we share ourselves, then we share Christ. But we definitely are all about building a relationship with the students. And then they naturally want to know about all things Western, including our faith. So that's how ISM goes about sharing who Jesus is. So if you come, you can learn about ISM, learn how we do it. You can be part of it, see how you can be part of this, how you can be a global missionary right here just in St. Louis. Don't have to worry about airfare to another country. You literally are a global missionary. And also, if you come to the event, you do have a chance to support the work of ISM through prayer or perhaps through financial gift. And we would appreciate that as well.
International Student Ministry, St. Louis. Sharon Riordan is my guest today, Director of ISM. Thank you so much, Sharon, for being my guest on the Coffee Hour.
Thank you so much, Andy, and thanks for giving us a chance to share this exciting work that we do.
You've been listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.